I'm an alpaca shepherdess. I wanted to share this story and a message in hopes that if you are ever in a tough place that I was in, that it might help. So I've been an alpaca shepherdess for almost 11 years, and this was the first time I had a freak accident. And I was alerted by my guardian dog, Tanner, who's over there. I'm not sure you can see him. Tanner! And I went outside and found my Alina on her side and with a broken leg. Well, her leg didn't look right, and we were able to go check and see, and it was broken. So in a bit of a panic, I ran inside and grabbed homeopathic arnica and some splints to see if I could stabilize her leg, and also call the vet and try to get help. I was able to splint her, and then I gave her some electrolytes, and I was able to stabilize her, at which point it's a bit of a fuzz, but I was able to call the ER vet and talk to her, and she had said that it could be surgery, or I might be able to take care of her at home, and she could teach me to splint her properly and give her lots of attention. So I was really hopeful, and since Alina at this point had gotten up, had gotten her electrolytes, and was eating, I was incredibly hopeful. And so the ER vet said that she didn't think she needed to come up that night, and so she came the next day. And when she came and did an x-ray, it wasn't really what I expected, and she said the break is really, really bad. It's a very complex break, and that surgery was the only option, and it was a very expensive surgery with an extensive recovery time, so about maybe 4 to 6 months with a whole leg cast in a stall. And you know, my heart obviously sank, because she loves to graze with her friends, and so as I'm taking all of this in, she goes, well, euthanasia is the other option. And my heart just completely sank, and I was incredibly overwhelmed, as I know you would all be, right? So she said, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to process all of this and figure out what you want to do. And as soon as she gave me the time and space to be with my Alina, I was just so overwhelmed, and I couldn't really process it in my head anymore. So, and I knew I had to make this decision. So I basically, out of desperation, said, Alina, what should I do? And also, I think I asked the angels and spirits and divine help, anybody who could help me, my past dogs. And then the message came, and it was the most unexpected. So yes, I know. I sensed this sudden, like, this calmness, and this something I hear or sense. It was, we perceive death differently, and I could just as easily come back in a younger body if and when I want to. And it came with an overwhelming sense of peace and calm, and even in that overwhelm, I was able to sort of go, that makes sense. And I let that sink in, and as it sank in, I knew what she wanted. And so, and all throughout this, Alina was incredibly calm, and she wasn't, there was no real fight. It was like this very peaceful, calm energy around. So I did have the vet, I talked to the vet, and I said, I can't see her stalled for 4 to 6 months, and I think she wants to go. And I didn't tell her the story. I hadn't quite fully processed that yet. So I did, and I'm still sort of processing. It happened about 2 weeks ago, but as I think about it, I'm really, really relieved and happy that I had gone into my heart. And instead of making a decision from a place of fear, I was making a decision from my heart, from a place of love, and what was best for her. So I know it's never an easy decision and it's never an easy process, but if you're ever put in this tough decision with a freak accident and you just feel overwhelmed, I hope you remember this story and maybe ask for any kind of like divine help and see if you might feel something, and go into your heart and make a decision that you're going to be okay with. So I love you, and I send you all healing from our herd and our farm.